Hello, hello, hello. This is Erica Greif, Becoming Luminous Women, and I welcome you here on another beautiful February day where we are 3 weeks out from spring and where we are experiencing a very deep place of shadow right now, personally and collectively. And many of us can feel it. Many of us can feel it in so many different ways. But before we get to that, let's really sink down into the Mother Earth. Taking this time for you right here, right now, to connect deeply to the earth, the place of grounding, the place that nurtures you, the place that holds you in complete contentment. It is the container to which your soul gets to just rest, your soul and your body and your entire psyche, your emotions, your mentality, everything just gets a chance to be held in the container of the Mother Earth. And so go ahead and take some nice deep breaths here. Carve out this time for you. This next 30, 40 minutes is for you to tap into the wisdom that is being fed to you through all that is happening right now for us. And if we could just allow ourselves to be still and check in and be with the stabilizing factors that hold us and always hold us, which is the container of the Mother Earth, as well as the divine. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but the energy is so intense right now that I actually have a shakiness in my system. And so I'm really glad to be offering this to you right now in this state so that you can feel the real and the raw and the vulnerable of what is happening for all of us. And so this year it has been brought to my attention that one of the animal totems that I have been so blessed to have come into my life, and it makes me chuckle every time I talk about it, but it's the totem of the earthworm. And I don't know if you've ever looked this up. I sure as hell hadn't until it was brought to my attention. The earthworm is just absolutely surrounded by the earth. The earthworm, its home, its everything, is the earth. It is deeply connected to water. It is deeply vulnerable outside of the earth. And its way of living is so close with life and death. The earthworm's life cycle is pretty short, but a new one is always being created. And their anatomy really lends to the power of the totem. Did you know that the earthworm has 5 hearts? Interesting. I remember learning this, back in the day when we did anatomy, when we dissected the earthworm. I don't know, maybe that was in high school, maybe junior high, I forget. And, they were very clear to say that they were not actually hearts. They were just places where the earthworm was able to cycle and process and bring in and release all at the same time. But there's 5 of them. 5 dedicated organs in this very simple yet complex segmented organism that is ample all over our earth. In fact, the earthworm is like the bees. They do such a important job in our ecosystem. I mean, just absolutely mind-blowing, the effects that they have on the continuation of life on our planet. Much like the bees, if we did not have bees, we would not have food. So the hearts are places where the earthworm has the ability to process. And the earthworm has the ability to either, if it hits, so it's constantly creating pathways and changing the structure, the underground structure, for newness to constantly be turning over in the earth. So while, we look at, a field, and the only thing that it looks like to us that it's changing is, the grass or the flowers or the trees. But truly, the magic is really happening underground, where the earthworms, the multitude of earthworms are moving and shifting the dirt around. They are blasting through dirt that is hard. They either wiggle through it to make the tiniest hole. Well, one earthworm isn't going to do the job, but the population of earthworms will absolutely turn over and renew and make new again. And they will also ingest earth. And so this animal totem has just come into my life at 2017 as an actual, that just as a powerhouse. And I have said it once, and I'll say it, I don't know how many times this year, but 2017 is, I've never lived a life like 2017. It is, the only way that I can describe it, it is full of rocket fuel. The amount of support that is coming, and that is here, and the guidance that is here for each one of us to connect into is such a gift. And so as we connect into the earth and connect into the totems that we are, that are here for us. So for me right now, the earth-centered totem for me is not only just not only the Mother Earth, and she is the vessel. She is the container that holds us. She is the womb. She is the cell. She is the egg, the ovum. She is the universe that holds us. She is the mother. Right? She holds us and nurtures us and cradles us in perfect simplicity while we, continue to grow. Because remember, the soul's only care is for growth. The soul sees everything that happens on earth as growth. It does not care if you are rich. It does not care if you are poor. It does not care if you are suffering. It does not care where you are. It sees every point of it as soul growth. And the truth of the matter, that is true. Because every experience that you have, you are experiencing a new experience. Or if it is not a new experience, you are processing it differently the second time, the 15th time. Right? You have experience, so you have the ability to process it differently. Hence, you learn something. Right? Whether it is you are expanding or contracting, your soul is learning. Your soul is actually growing. And that is the point of the universe. That the universe is always expanding. Yes? Right. And so are we. Now, so if the point of the soul is always to be expanding, it truly does not care about human condition. It really doesn't, because it sees every point of human condition as a path for soul expansion. And in that arises, if you can connect these two to your very human self, if you can connect this wisdom, then you come upon the higher consciousness awareness and ability to process that there is absolutely no problem in your life. In fact, there's no problem at all. Can you see this? Can you feel this? Can you just attempt to sit with it? Or does your ego need to get up and say, oh, hell no. No, because this problem over here is not right. It's not right. I'm not growing. This is bullshit. I'm a victim. This is bullshit. I'm stuck. This is bullshit. I'm suffering. No, I'm not growing. I'm hiding. I'm suffering. I'm contracting. This is torture. I want out. I've been praying for out. But have you grown? For the last 6 years in my practice, the question always comes to me when a client or a friend or a family member, even myself, shares a hardship, shares where they are, shares something that they're going through or went through. The question always comes to me, and this is not my question. It arises from the divine that wants to speak to me, that wants to speak as me, and says, but where is the gift? Where is the gift in your suffering? What has it created for you? Has it created a strength of soul within you, where you have pulled yourself in close enough to pray? Has it opened the spaces between you and the divine so that you actually do have a path to the divine now? Where you have had the opportunity to say, mercy. I need mercy. And in that space, has your breath calmed down a bit? Has it opened your heart to other people around you who are going through a situation or a similar situation, and it has allotted you a less judgmental, less fearful place? Has it unified you with someone else? Has it made you a blessing to someone else? Has it offered you wisdom where someone else reaches out and you have the courage, you have the strength of soul, you have the fortitude, something awakens in you and you say, wait, where's the gift? That is soul growth. And that is truly the only thing that your soul and my soul and the universal soul cares about. And as you know, the universe is always expanding. You and I are no different because we are a part of the universe. In fact, your entire luminous energy field, your system, your psyche, is a universe unto itself. Pretty marvelous, yeah? We are creators. Blows me away. Now, our very human self, the one that is thinking and is fearing or is making choices that your soul is calling for, but they scare the shit out of you. I don't know if any of you have had this situation where you want to grow. You want to be the person who is inside of you. You want to be that space of love. You want to be that space of genuine care and help. You want to be that person who has the ability to show up with wisdom. You want to be that person who is great at what they do. Doesn't matter what it is, but you want to rise and you want to be that person. But there is fear inside of you. There's fear that's nearly crippling. Now, the fear comes from many different places. And I would love for you to take a moment here and just breathe and ask yourself, where is the fear coming from?